What an incredible honor to receive this award today from the Alumni Board at Westminster Academy. I'm sure there's probably a couple of my former professors that are wondering, what in the world? How did he get that award? And I probably can commiserate with them thinking back to my time at Westminster Academy. Because I was at a crisis moment when I landed there. My parents had been missionaries in Lebanon and France, and the first time I'd ever lived in the United States, we landed in Fort Lauderdale and I was enrolled in Westminster Academy. And I was really struggling from what we call re-entry culture shock as a young person in my early stages of high school. And providentially, there was nowhere that God could have put me than a better place than Westminster Academy for those really formative years of my life. I can remember back to the principal, Dr. Wackus, and he planted some seeds in my life, seeds of grace and mercy. I wasn't the super spiritual kid on campus. In fact, I was really struggling in some ways with my faith and how to live it out. I made mistakes. I remember forging my mom's signature and him calling me into the principal's office, and immediately I knew I'd messed up, and I'd signed her name Hazel. I'd signed her first name twice, and he just, with grace and mercy, walked through that season of my life. When I deserved to be punished for what I had done, he instead helped me, and that was a seed planted in my heart. I can think back to Mrs. Kurgis, my creative writing teacher, and her really teaching me that I could be a writer. And today, the books that have been birthed out of my life and my blog that I do is a result of those seeds that Mrs. Kurgis planted in my heart. I can think of Mr. Briggs in the debate class and drama class, where he gave me confidence to stand up and do public speaking, which I do almost every day of my life, were seeds that he planted in my life. I can remember failing my biology class with Professor Hoskins, and that failure, and me having to go to summer school because I got an F in biology, was a seed planted in me that said, laziness will produce more work, so you better do it right the first time. All of these have been seeds planted in my life. And I am not that kid in school that was number one in anything. I wasn't the star athlete. I wasn't the spiritual giant on campus. I didn't have the highest GPA. I was, like probably most of you there, in the middle of the pack, considered perhaps a mediocrity in everything I had done. But what I did post, and you might be some of those students like I was that were stuck somewhere between struggle and success. And I want to tell you, Westminster Academy, the values you planted in my life and the seeds you planted in my life, post-graduation have begun to grow as I took those principles and applied John chapter 15 to live a life of fruitfulness. And I can say over these last 30 years since I graduated, I've taken those seeds, I've watered them, I've cultivated them, and what has grown out of it is the ministry of One Hope and how it's touching the world today, not because of who I am, but because of who Christ has become through me because of the principles I learned at Westminster Academy. I want to thank you for investing in my life and the seeds you planted in me. And I want to say to this graduating student body, take what God has entrusted to you, cultivate it for the rest of your life, and you'll live an amazing legacy of fruitfulness for all of your days. Thank you. I'm humbled, I'm blessed, and I'm honored today.